live. We're excited to be back. We apologize for not being here last week. Had some scheduling difficulties, but the crew's back, better than ever. We got some great games and some bold predictions. So before we start off here, as usual, got my man Buddy Martinez right here. We have our guest expert, Dan Martinez, no relation, coach of the Ravens, and of course Chris
Martinez.
just for this week. And I'm Nate Martin. Close, but not quite. So anyway, so this week, second round, Justice versus Peace. Second time around. Peace came out big last time, winning 5 out of the 6 games. And the one game the Peace did win was a shocker. The Justice did win was with the Colts. So we'll see what happens this week. But these 3 o'clock games, I don't know, it's not looking too good for the Justice. What do you say, Chris, with this first game? Vikings 2-2, Lions 0-4, and Vikings are hot right now too.
Yeah, I think if you want, you could probably stay home and not come until 4:30 because the real games will start at 4:30 this week. Or you want to get there early, start your cook up because it's a family day. That'll probably be good. This is really a tale of 2 different teams, the Vikings and the Lions. Lions are new, they're 0-4, bottom of the league. The Vikings, they keep saying it every week. They started at the bottom, now they're here, right? I don't know what to think about the Vikings. They're okay. I think this week they'll look okay as they play the Lions. I'm not too been out of shape on them. I think this week there'll be the Lion factor, right? And so I think the Vikings will find a way to win. If the Lions are going to win, I think this would be the week they would do it, though. Because the Vikings have some holes in their defense. Even though they're third in the league, there is some holes there. And if they find them, they can beat them. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Vikings are going to do their thing, and it's going to be 39-6. And they're going to feel good about themselves once again.
All right, Dan, what do you think? You think the Vikings may overlook the Lions, or it's going to be a blowout?
I'll tell you what. I have to disagree with one thing Chris said. The Vikings have holes in their defense. The Vikings don't have holes in their defense. It's going to show on Saturday. The Vikings are going to win huge. 33. The Lions will not score.
Woo! Blank them, buddy.
The Vikings are very good on defense. I agree with Dan. But I talked to a couple of their players before their game against the Cowboys last week. I talked to Shaq, the commentator, and I talked to Shazam. And these guys, they knew going in that they were going to beat the Cowboys. And I asked them, and I said they've just been a whole different team now with John at quarterback, and they changed some things out offensively, where they're not trying to go for the deep ball. They're just kind of trying to move down the field and let their defense do their thing, and that's what they did against the Cowboys. And with the Lions, this is usually where the teams start to fall apart. So Eddie and the Lions, you guys got to stick together. You know what I mean? You had 4, consider them 4 preseason games. You guys are not out of the playoffs yet. Get it together. Try to compete with the Vikings. You did beat them in the preseason, but I just don't know if you can do it again. I got the Vikings winning 21-18.
21-18.
Yeah.
So close at least.
Close game, yeah.
Okay, our other 3 o'clock game, another 2-2 team going against the Jets. Still looking for that first win. Chris, same story here.
Yeah, well, the 49ers are a very interesting team. One, they get beat by the Colts, right? The only team to lose to a Justice division team from the Peace. And yet, then they almost beat the undefeated Packers. So who are the 49ers? I have no idea. I wonder if they'll struggle this week because they do really seem to struggle against Justice opponents. And so the Jets, maybe they actually practice this week and come out hard and shock the world and take out the 49ers. But I don't know. This is a must-win for the 49ers. When I look at the 49ers' rest of their schedule, this is a must-win if they even want to dream about being in the grade 8. So I do have them winning 33-12.
33-12, all right. What do you have to say, Dan? What do you think about these Jets? They got a chance?
Unlike the Vikings, the 49ers do have holes in their defense. And the Colts proved that last week, putting up 32. And the previous week, the Colts, they were really ineffective against the Ravens. And I think the holes in the Niners defense is going to show this week, but they have 2 former Jets, Crash and Flash, and I think that's going to be the difference this week. The Niners are going to win huge, 53-19.
What do you think, buddy? Jets have put together some good halves, just never 2 at the same time in one game. What do you think?
Well, those are our last 2 opponents for the Packers, and the Jets, we gave them a donut, and then the 49ers gave us a heck of a scare last week. So So, I mean, the 49ers, they do a lot of things right. I mean, their offense, I mean, Felix, he's pretty solid. I mean, they're not going to score, 40 points a game, but he's a solid leader leading them down the field. I mean, their weapons, George and then Dave. I mean, if you don't get a hand on those guys, you're going to be in for a long day. The Jets, they had this quarterback carousel going on there. I don't know who their quarterback is. This last week I see Miguel. Whoever it is, you guys got to, keep him in there and actually practice, start running some plays. I mean, you guys can't continue this carousel. If not, you guys are going to see yourself not in the playoffs. But in this game, I got the 49ers winning 32-18.
All right. Same across the board there. Going to our 4:30 games, game of the week. Eagles versus Cardinals. These are two teams. Eagles are 1-3. Cardinals 2-2. I don't think at the beginning of the season none of us saw that either of these teams at this position that they're in now, where both are in must-win situations.
Yeah, this is a must-win for both teams. I think the Eagles. What's up with the Eagles? For 3 games they don't show up. 1 game they play 1 game, and it looked like an Urban Bowl contender, and then the other 3 they just don't show up. And so I don't know. I mean, they seem to play well against justice opponents. The Cardinals, they just kind of, we'll win one here, we'll win one there, we'll lose one here. They don't seem to have that passion and drive to win. And I would say this is a must-win game for both of these teams because this could be a real turning point. And I'm thinking the magic number this year is going to be 4. If you get 4 wins, you'll probably make the grade 8. 3, it's going to be really tough. And so it's going to be really both these teams need to win this week. And I think with the Cards being 4th on offense, 4th in defense, whereas the Eagles are 7th on offense and 9th in defense, somehow with their backs against the wall, a must-win situation, I think the Eagles will find a way to win this week 27-20.
All right. Dan, what do you have to say?
Did you guys say this was the game of the week?
One of them.
I definitely think the Ravens-Packers is the game of the week. Yeah. With that being said, the Eagles are hoping that they could ride the Justice Division into the playoffs. I'm here to tell you that will not happen. The Cardinals are going to come out strong without Bam, RG456. I don't know what number they're on at this point, but they're going to win. They're going to win 26-20.
All right, buddy.
Man, the Eagles, when you look at the Eagles, I mean, they're definitely the biggest disappointment so far in the league. I mean, do they have the talent to turn it around? Yes. I mean, Leroy had one of his worst games I've ever seen. He threw, I think, like 6 interceptions last week. They've just been playing really undisciplined. And I mean, Leroy, he just got to get the ball to his playmakers. Give it to Jalil. Give it to Jimmy. Give it to Wesley. Give it to Joe Leak. When he delivers it, these guys have to catch the ball. But their biggest problem is defense. They're letting everyone score up and down the field on them. You know what I mean? So the Cardinals and RG4, even though he's a rookie quarterback going against a veteran team, I mean, they got some tough weapons over there. I mean, they got Sam, Junior, Jelani, and Xavier. I mean, they spread the ball out real well. If the Eagles don't bring their best game this week, of the season, I can see I got them losing because I don't know if they can turn it around, but I know they have the potential. But I got them losing 32-27 to the Cardinals.
So far, it sounds like the Cards are the best shot for the Justice Division to get a win in these first 3 games. So, see what happens. But as mentioned earlier, Chris said this week is Family Day. Make sure you check in the website if there's any weather issues or anything changes. But we invite everyone to come out, enjoy the games, have some food, and just great atmosphere. So come back in just a little bit for our next segment, breaking down the last 3 games. See you in a little bit.